Guys, we come to this world with nothing, and we're going to leave this world at some point. All of us, we're going to leave this world with nothing. Therefore, our primary job on this planet is to manage everything that passes through our hands well. See, because in the end, it's the management of what we have while we're here and what we have in our possession that is the biggest key to our financial success or our financial failure. Think about it like this. You make $50,000 a year for 30 years. That's what, $1.5 million. The question becomes, what did you do with that $1.5 million over the 30 years? What did you not do with it? Because that $1.5 million of earnings that you had over the course of 30 years, if you made $50,000 a year, could turn into $2 or $3 million. Or it could turn into $1 million nest egg or $500,000 nest egg. Or it could turn into nothing if you mismanaged it. Look, the point is this. Anything that you mismanage, you lose. Think about that for a second. If you mismanage it, you lose it. It could be your health. It could be your relationships. It could be your time. It could be your money. Because everything revolves around good, solid management. And so people think when you talk about money management, that's just a cliche. It doesn't mean anything. It's just a cliche. It's not a big deal. No, you don't want to focus on that. No, that's exactly the first place you want to start to focus when you want to get your money right. It's not focusing on trying to increase your income by tenfold or trying to go out and get side gigs, side hustles, more investments. No, the first place you start is with what you already have. If you're mismanaging the money that you currently have, when you make more money, you're just going to mismanage that. It's just a principle, right? The key may not be for you. The key may not be to first go out and make more money. The key may be for you to first start managing what you already have better. Becoming a really solid, good steward over your current personal finances could take you further than if you made more money. Everybody wants to make more money, but what happens is you end up piling on more money on top of bad money habits. You end up piling more money on top of poor money management. That's not going to get you anywhere. See, that's why you see people sometimes that make a whole lot of money and they don't have a whole lot of money. Or they look really rich, like they're doing really good with their money, but they really don't have much money because they may make a lot of money, but just making a lot of money means nothing if you don't manage that money properly. So I'm just challenging you to say maybe the issue is not going out and making more money or working overtime, but maybe the issue is managing the money better. Now, managing your money better requires that you manage you better. It requires that you're able to tell yourself no. It requires self-discipline, right? Self-control. And sometimes for a lot of people that can be difficult because the management of money is like the management of your own behaviors with money. And see, you also want to think about this. Look, if you have what you think is a money problem, because a lot of people have what they think is a money problem, but it's really not a money problem. It's really a management problem. And sometimes if your problem that you see and you think is a money problem is solvable without adding more money to the mix, then you really don't have a money problem. You have another problem. If you can solve what you think is a money problem without increasing the amount of money you put towards it, then it's not really a money problem. The money issue becomes a problem that is a result of something else you didn't do. Oftentimes, what we call money problems is a result of poor management of our resources, poor management of just maybe our personal financial decisions, right? It's a lot of poor money management that gets masked and covered up because people think it's a lack of money, right? Sometimes you just got to get that certification. Sometimes you just got to go get that degree. Sometimes you just got to get that more of that information, right? More learning. Sometimes you just got to be around the right places in the right place at the right time. Sometimes the things that you're calling money problems aren't really money problems. They're decisions, poor decisions. They're lack of self-control, lack of confidence, too much fear, right? Too much of the inability for you to tell yourself no. All those things are not money problems, right? Maybe you just need to increase your sales. Maybe you need to come up with a better marketing strategy for your side hustle, your side business. Guys, if you're getting value from this video, share this video with other people. When you hear a good word, pass it on to other people, right? So share this information with somebody in your network of friends, family, or good people. Now, let's get back to the video. I run into a lot of people that make plenty of money. They make a lot of money, but they don't manage their money well, so it doesn't seem like they make a lot of money. They feel like they're living paycheck to paycheck because they don't do a budget. They have no idea about a net worth statement. They don't track their expenses. They don't discipline themselves to only spend this amount of money and not that amount of money. Or they spend too much on Amazon deliveries being delivered to their home. Or they spend too much on Uber Eats being delivered to their home, right? And a lot of people make enough money, but because they manage the money poorly, it doesn't feel like enough money. Think about a sloppy room. When you walk into a sloppy room and there's clothes hanging all over the place, there's books and shoes and paper everywhere, it looks real sloppy. As you begin to manage that room better, organize that room, clean that room up, put things where they go, ultimately the room looks like it's bigger when you start organizing and cleaning up and managing the room. Your money's the exact same way. When you start managing your money properly, you end up seeing, wait a minute, I have more money than I thought I had. But you didn't have it because you weren't managing the money. Remember, whatever you mismanage, you lose. Money is no exception. What usually looks like a money problem to most people is really just symptoms of a larger problem that usually has nothing to do with money. The problem is we think more money is going to solve our problems. Yeah, if I just made more money, if I brought in $55,000 a year instead of $50,000 a year, we'd solve all my problems. No, money won't solve all your problems. Your problem could be that you don't have the skills you need to make more money. Your problem could be that you spend too much money eating fast food. There's all different types of problems that you could have that have to do with management that have nothing to do with having more money. It's just poor management. It could be a lot of things. And these things could all be, you think it's money, but that's just covering up the fact that it's not a money problem. It's a management problem. Not just money management, but maybe it could be self-management or managing our decisions, managing our connections or the people who we hang around, managing our environment, managing our wants versus our needs. Maybe it's managing the choices and decisions that we're making, managing our spending habits, managing our consumption habits, right? It's easy to blame the lack of money for your money problems, but it's hard to blame the lack of proper management on the person in the mirror. But if you want to figure out what's going on with my money problems, first look and ask yourself, am I managing my money to its optimum so that I can get the most out of my money? Am I doing a great job managing what I have? You have to prioritize the management of the money that you currently have. If you can become really, really good at managing the money that you currently have, that's number one. Then we can move on to the other stuff. We can move on to trying to get a side hustle, trying to get a side gig, trying to see what I can do to bring in more money, work more overtime, all this. But first, how are you managing the money that you have? Because managing the money that you currently get, that's key. That's number one. You don't want to get to the point where you're simply throwing more money on top of poor money habits, or throwing more money on top of poor money management, or throwing more money on top of poor behaviors with money. That won't get you anywhere when it comes to building wealth or trying to get better with your money. The first place to get better with your money is you. The first place to get better with your money is the person in the mirror. Look, I just want to have this quick conversation with you to say, hey, money management, it's not just a cliche. If you mismanage it, you're going to lose it. Hey, if you got anything of value, smash the like button, share this video with somebody you know. The best person who's going to take care of the old you is the young you. Guys, take good care of yourself. Take care of other people. Until the next video, peace.